There is a kind of beauty that doesn't ask to be seen. It doesn't compete, it doesn't overwhelm, it doesn't demand attention. Instead, it exists quietly. In soft light that drifts across a wooden surface, in the stillness of an uncluttered room, in the gentle balance between what is present and what is left out. This is not loud design. This is not excess. This is not trend. This is intention. Welcome to Japandi Interiors. A place where two philosophies meet across continents and cultures, where the calm restraint of Japanese design blends seamlessly with the warmth and comfort of Scandinavian living. Here, simplicity becomes powerful, and silence becomes meaningful. The philosophy of simplicity. Japandi is not something you simply decorate with. It is something you live. At its core, it is a philosophy rooted in awareness. An awareness of space, of objects, of how everything around you makes you feel. From Japanese design comes a deep respect for imperfection. A belief that beauty is not found in flawlessness, but in authenticity. A slightly uneven texture, a natural crack in wood, a surface that shows signs of time, these are not mistakes. They are character. They are life. From Scandinavian design comes something equally important: comfort, warmth. A sense of ease. Spaces are not meant to impress others. They are meant to support you. To welcome you in, to hold you, to make everyday living feel lighter. When these two ideas come together, something remarkable happens. Minimalism becomes softer. Warmth becomes more intentional. And the result is a home that feels both refined and deeply human. Nothing is excessive. Nothing is unnecessary, yet nothing feels missing. Japandi teaches us something simple, yet powerful, that when we remove what we don't need, we begin to see what truly matters. Colors and material harmony. The color palette of Japandi interiors speaks in whispers. It never shouts. It never overwhelms. Instead, it creates a quiet backdrop for life to unfold. Soft whites reflect natural light gently, without glare. Warm beiges add a sense of comfort and grounding. Muted grays introduce calm and balance. Earth tones, sand, clay, stone, bring the outside world in. Occasionally, deeper tones appear. Charcoal. Soft black. A touch of contrast. Not to dominate, but to anchor. To create depth, without disrupting harmony. But color is only part of the story. Materials are where Japandi truly reveals itself. Wood is essential. Not polished to perfection, but celebrated in its natural state. You see the grain. You feel the texture. You notice the subtle variations that make each piece unique. Light oak brings brightness. Walnut adds warmth. Ash offers softness. Each type of wood contributes to the atmosphere. Quietly shaping how the space feels. Textures are layered carefully, never excessively. Linen curtains move gently with the air. Wool throws provide warmth without weight. Cotton fabrics soften edges, making the space feel lived in. Ceramics, often handmade, introduce an imperfect beauty. A slightly uneven rim. A matte finish. A surface that feels real, not manufactured. These elements are not chosen for decoration. They are chosen for connection. For the way they feel in your hand, for the way they age over time, for the quiet story they tell. Form, function and space. In Japandi interiors, furniture is never excessive. It is intentional. Each piece is selected with care, not just for how it looks, but for how it lives. Forms are simple. Clean lines define the structure. Soft curves appear where needed, adding a sense of calm and flow. Nothing is overly ornate. Nothing is overly complex. Furniture often sits low to the ground. This creates a sense of stability, a feeling of being grounded. A sofa invites you to sink in, a chair supports you without distraction, a table exists quietly, ready to serve. But beyond aesthetics, functionality leads. Every item has a purpose. A shelf is not just visual, it organizes. A bench is not just decorative, it supports daily life. Storage is integrated, hidden, seamless. And then, there is space. Perhaps the most overlooked, yet most powerful element. Empty areas are not voids. They are breathing room. They allow light to travel. They give objects importance. They create a rhythm within the room. In many spaces, we try to fill every corner. In Japandi design, we learn to let go. To leave space untouched. To appreciate the beauty of restraint. Light, nature and atmosphere. Light is the soul of Japandi interiors. It shapes everything. Natural light is embraced fully, allowed to move freely across surfaces. Windows are left open, or softened with sheer fabrics that diffuse the light gently. As the day unfolds, the space transforms. Morning light feels crisp and minimal. Afternoon light becomes warm and inviting. Evening light softens into something deeply calming. When natural light fades, artificial lighting takes over, softly. Paper lanterns glow with a gentle warmth. Table lamps create intimate pools of light, wall lighting adds depth without harshness. There is no glare. No intensity. Only calm illumination. Nature is never absent. It appears in small, meaningful ways. A single branch placed carefully in a vase. A bonsai tree positioned near sunlight. A touch of greenery breathing life into stillness. These elements are not decoration. They are reminders. Of balance. Of growth. Of the world beyond the walls. Japandi interiors blur boundaries, between indoors and outdoors, between simplicity and comfort, between design and feeling. There is something deeply calming about a Japandi space. It does not rush you. It does not overwhelm you. It simply allows you to exist. Imagine stepping into such a space after a long day. The noise fades. The tension softens. Your breathing slows. You notice the quiet. You feel the balance. You begin to understand that this is not just design. This is peace. Japandi is more than an aesthetic. It is a way of living with intention. A way of choosing what truly matters. A way of creating space, for clarity, for calm, for life itself. It reminds us that beauty does not need to be loud. That comfort does not need to be excessive. And that sometimes, the most meaningful spaces are the ones that say the least. Because in the quiet, we find everything.